Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the third week of May, and I'm looking at May 15th through the 21st. And I'm going to be going day by day, informing you of where the moon is transiting, and therefore where all the other planets are relative to where the moon is. Because remember, the moon is the emotions, the moon is the public, the moon is the people. So to watch as the moon changes signs and nakshatras and how all the other planets are relative to the moon will give us a very clear idea of what the social climate is out there and how you can run and determine what you should be doing each and every day of your life through astrology. So these are such good habits to help improve your life. Now, remember, if I'm talking about all of where the planets are, then you're going to want to know how they affect you personally, aren't you? And you can do this with my galactic planner. Check it out, try it out. I promise you, you're going to love it. Go to galacticplanner.com and there it will calculate your Vedic sidereal chart and put all of what I'm talking about in it. And on top of that, it even is in your calendar on your phone, so you will know exactly what each day is good for based on your individual birth chart. So go to galacticplanner.com. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm basing everything from my time zone, which is Central Daylight Time here in Dallas, Texas. And yes, put down below where you're from, because it's so interesting and fun for me to see where everyone's watching from around the world. But do address your time zone to what I'm talking about. So it's going to be a different time zone in accordance to when I'm talking about Central Daylight Time. So I am going to start here with May 15th, and it's a Thursday. In May 15th, the moon has shifted over into Sagittarius. And with it there, it is in the nakshatra of Mula. And Mula is a nakshatra. Its symbol is a gathering of a bunch of roots. So it's actually exactly what it sounds like, getting to the root of the matter. But it's a kind of harsh nakshatra. It's not easy, let me put it that way, because when we're looking at getting to the core and the bottom of things, sometimes we can deal with a lot of destruction, because actually the goddess Nariti rules Mula, and Nariti deals with destruction. So this can be kind of a serious day for getting to the core and the bottom of things. And the moon and Jupiter are in opposition, which I actually love that aspect. It's a great day for relationships, getting along with people, really trying to heal relationships or get involved in a relationship. This is a perfect day for that. And actually, now that Jupiter's in Gemini, it's about relationships and communications within relationships. And the moon being in Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. This is great. Find ways to relate to people one-on-one. Now, the sun is almost exactly conjunct Uranus. Things are becoming very unstable out there in the world, especially dealing with rulers and kings and presidents around the world. This is like things are really getting unstable. So probably, all this craziness with the tariffs is going to be unpredictable. You can't predict the future with this. Why? Because Uranus is unpredictable events. So big change in turn of events you'll see happening on this day. Now, with all these planets still in Pisces, Rahu, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, They're in the 4th house from the moon. The 4th house deals with real estate, property, and land. So you might find this is a good day if you're thinking about moving to look into different locations where you could move, and or even redecorating your house, or even doing some kind of feng shui, moving things around to change the energy in your house. Spectacular day to do so. Now, if your mother's still around, I suggest you pay a visit, because there's some hard aspects here with Saturn Rahu. But Venus is there, which means it could be a very pleasant gathering, home gathering or events with your mother. Now, K2 is in the 10th house from the moon. There are changes going on in your workplace. Things are a little unstable. But remember, what I'm talking about happens every month, so it's not like you're losing your job or anything like that. It's just things are changing up and not clear of what's happening in your workplace. And Mercury is in the 5th house from the moon, and this is good. You have new ideas, and things are just taking off, new beginnings, new ideas for possibly business and work. Start being more creative around the workplace. Mars is in the 8th house from the moon, so there's some deep stuff going on. There's some undercurrents. I think this deals with world affairs, especially since Uranus is conjunct the sun. Realize today things are a little uneasy. Now I'm looking at Friday, May 16th. May 16th, I love that day. It's actually my husband's birthday on that day. But looking at May 16th, Jupiter and the moon are still opposed to each other. This is a lovely aspect. And this opposition deals with good things around relationships. So use this day to really connect with your partners. Plus, the moon being in the nakshatra, Purva Ashada. It's a lovely, lovely nakshatra. It's about finding truth and being real. And it's just a really powerful nakshatra, spiritual as well, because it is in Sagittarius, but it's also ruled by Venus. So it's a very sweet nakshatra in a way, and its aspect with Jupiter makes it a good, positive day to get things done. With the planets all in Pisces, they're in the 4th house from the moon. So once again, it's a good day to look for real estate, shop for real estate, think about where you'd like to move, and or change up your house, maybe change the furniture around, do some new things in the house to give it a different feel and energy. And while Mars is in the 8th house from the moon, it's a time for deep research and introspection in many ways. And it can even deal with scientific research that you might be digging down and getting to the bottom of many things. Things are a little unstable around your workplace, with K2 being 10th from the moon. Now let's look at Saturday. And we're looking at May 17th. The moon has now moved into Capricorn. And the moon during this day at some point, or the evening, late evening, is approaching Pluto in Capricorn. But the moon is in the nakshatra Uttara Ashada. Uttara Ashada is actually, it's very much like Purva Ashada. It's about finding truth. But with this being in Capricorn, it's more about business. Let's find the truth and get to the bottom of where things have been going in a business sense. That's what this is good for. So be aware. A lot of people will be serious on this day. Capricorn's kind of serious. But another thing is now the moon being in Capricorn is opposing Mars. So things will get a little turbulent in the next few days, starting today, with communication efforts. There will be some conflicts with Mars being 7th from the moon. But the planets in Pisces are in the 3rd house from the moon, which is Venus, Neptune, Saturn, Rahu. And this deals with a more creative spirit. And it also deals with getting serious about your communications, such as if you're a writer or you like to journal, this is a fantastic day for this. Get serious about your writing skills and expressing yourself. This would be a fantastic day to be more creative in this area. And if you have any brothers or sisters, your relationship on this day might be a little testy. I'll tell you why. Because Mars actually rules siblings. It is in the 7th house from the moon, but the 3rd house is siblings too. And the Saturn Rahu, I would kind of steer clear of them, especially if you have conflicts. And if you're with them, just be cautious about your communications. Don't provoke or do anything that would cause them to get angry. Now, Ketu is in the 9th from the moon, so this is a development where you feel a better sense of your spirituality. And if your father's still around, there is something going on with this. Maybe even if he's not here, you think more about your father, your heritage. Now, I noticed that on this day, Jupiter sits at the midpoint of Rahu and Ketu. This is actually quite good, meaning that the involvement of where things are going will actually turn out, have a karmic change, and things will be different. There's going to be a karmic transformational change. And this will all start to transpire. Possibly even around this day, even though we have the sun almost conjunct Uranus, which means unpredictable behavior around the world with leaders and leadership. So now I'm looking at May 18th. It's a Sunday, and the moon is in Capricorn. Remember, I'm talking about Central Daylight Time. The moon is in Capricorn, and now it is really closer to the opposition with Mars. So within this day, or by the evening, Mars and moon will pair off in opposition. And this will deal with problems in terms of relationships, absolutely. So if you have some things to contend with that you're walking on thin ice within your relationship, wait till another day to be confrontational. This is not the day, because all hell's going to break loose on this day. Things will come out that you didn't expect or want to happen. Now, another thing is going on. Yes, on this day I have, well, it was actually on the 17th, but also the 18th, that the sun is conjunct Uranus. This is a very contentious day. Lay low. This is not a day to provoke anyone. It will be nasty. Expect the unexpected with the sun conjuncting Uranus. And another thing I noticed is that Mercury is in an exact square to Mars. My goodness, negotiations today are standoff. Nothing can get accomplished. People are angry. People are upset. There's something going on that's causing an upset in the world today. And I want you to know, with these planets in Pisces being in the 3rd house from the moon, you know, Saturn Rahu's there. It's contentious in terms of the communications. And Saturn's approaching Neptune, so things are not being as clearly understood as they normally are. This is a contentious day. Just lay low. Now I'm looking at Monday, May 19th. And I'm seeing where the moon is still in Capricorn most all of the day. And it's opposed Mars still. So just like May 18th, May 17th, 18th, and 19th, guys, this is crazy things are happening in the world. And there could be some attacks on world leaders. This is like Uranus on the sun. And Mars being in opposition to the moon. Those 3 days, look out. Now this day, the moon is in the nakshatra called Dhanishta. Dhanishta's symbol is a drum. It deals with rhythm and timing. So it's a day that, you know, you got to time things properly. And it also, Dhanishta is a nakshatra that deals with wealth and money. It's actually deemed or said to be the richest one. So it's a good day for you to really take into account your financial situation. But with Mars opposing the moon, I'd lay low. Don't do anything that different. Jupiter is in the 6th house, so it is a day to pay attention to your health. Maybe go grocery store shopping. That's what this day would be good for, to focus on your nutritional needs and health. And looking at, it's still not a good day to come together with siblings. And you know what? These past 3 days, and particularly this day, it's still not even a good time to be doing any traveling. It's like if you have to drive around the car, that's one thing, it's fine, but don't be planning any big trips on these days. So now I am looking at Tuesday, May 20th. And the moon has gone into Aquarius today, but it's in the nakshatra called Shadabhishak. And that nakshatra is the 100 healers. It's intense. It's ruled by Rahu. So I want you to be aware that this nakshatra can definitely have its backlashes. And Mars has gone to the 6th house from the moon, which is fine. Actually, it's a day of overcoming obstacles and being strong. Yes. But Saturn, Rahu, Neptune, Venus in the 2nd house from the moon. Be careful about your spending. This is not a day to go out and flash your money around or spend money. Be very conservative with your financial spending on this day. And with Mercury being in the 3rd from the moon, it is a day that you could be doing more traveling, getting around. But the Sun, Uranus in your 4th house, there could be some issues or problems in the home. And that could just mean some things breaking, you know, minor things. But be aware, check things out in the home. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, there could be some surprises, things you didn't expect occurring within the house. And Jupiter is in the 5th house from the moon, so this is a great day for creative efforts, yes. And I really do think this day could be used for, again, looking into your health and healing. But be careful. It's kind of a day that you're more accident prone, so take that into account. Now I'm looking at Wednesday, May 21st, and we have the moon in Aquarius, but now it's shifted into the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapada. That nakshatra deals with, well, it can be a little tricky, but it can be really a visionary. So this is a day of getting situated where you can see clearly, where you're looking to see the future better. So line up things, especially with your spending, because remember, I don't like these planets being in the 2nd house from the moon, all those Pisces planets, Rahu, Saturn, Neptune, Venus. That means to be careful about what you spend your money on. Just for a few days, take caution. Don't be frivolous. But Purva Bhadrapada is also said to be a man with 2 faces. You could take that as somebody that has 2 different sides or even two-faced. So Be cautious about what people are telling you today. Be cautious that they're being real. Listen to your gut and your intuition. Also, things are changing within the household. You still have the Sun, Uranus together in Taurus, in the 4th house of your home. So expect the unexpected with things, or could be things breaking down. And this can even be a vehicle, a car. So be aware. Actually, over the course of the past week or so, problems with machinery and cars too. Okay, so Jupiter is in the 5th house from the moon. This is a good day for your creative talents. Use them properly. So that covers all of the 3rd week of May. And I hope you use this energy wisely, because things are heated up in the 3rd week a lot different than the first 2 weeks. So things are starting to heat up and change. Use this energy properly. And I want to say, if this has inspired you to learn Vedic astrology, I want to add that my university, you can join at any time and learn Vedic astrology. Become my student. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com, and then please, I want you to remember another important thing. You can be getting all of this written out free, delivered to your email address every week. Go to galacticcenter.org and sign up for my free newsletter, and check out my Patreon page. Become part of a spiritual community. Thank you.